Hi. Okay, so we're going to finish that problem that I started in the last video, but I'm just going to start from the beginning. This is a problem that's going to be very similar to number 6 on page 14, exercise 1.3, but I changed the exponents up a little bit, so it's not going to be exactly the same. Okay, a closed box is x to the 2/3 power wide, x to the 3/5 power long, and x to the 1/2 power high. Okay, so we've got some fractional exponents in our box's dimensions here. All right, let's see what we have to do. The first thing we have to do is find the box's volume in terms of x. Okay, this really isn't too difficult. So what we're going to do is, I know that the volume, this box, well, what is a box? What kind of shape is a box? Well, it's a rectangular prism. So I know that the volume, why can I not draw? Let's try it again. Oh, I know why. Oh, that's going to be trouble. Okay, here we go. So I know that the volume of a box is equal to the length times the width times the height. Okay, well, in our case, we have a variable for each one of these things, or we have an expression for each one of these things. So let's just plug them in. So our volume is going to be equal to our length, which is x to the 3/5. It really doesn't matter which order you put it in, but I'm just going to stay true to this formula up here. Times the width, which is x to the 2/3, times the height, which is x to the 1/2 power. Okay, I'm multiplying powers that have the same base, so my answer is going to be x to the 3/5 plus 2/3 plus 1/2. Okay, I need to have a common denominator to add these fractions, so this is going to be x to the, what's that going to be? 30 is my least common multiple, so 18 over 30 plus 20 over 30 plus 15 over 30, and this is going to be x to the 53 over 30th power. Now, that looks like a mess. That doesn't make any sense. We're going to take the 30th root of something and raise that to the 53rd power. I mean, that's ridiculous. But that's actually what we're going to do with a calculator, okay? You can't really do this stuff with your head or in your head. So let's go ahead and take this and save it for later. We'll delete everything else. Next question. Okay, find the box's surface area in terms of x. You know what, actually, oh, that didn't work at all. Yes, it did. This program's fun. Okay, I'll scale this down so I can fit it in. This was our expression for x. Our expression for volume in terms of x. Okay, I really want to keep this somewhere. Let's put it up here. Okay, anyway, moving on. So we kind of have to visualize this box. So let's go ahead and draw it. Okay, it's not my best box, but it's not my worst box. And here's our box. Okay, let's go ahead and put some side lengths on here. So our height is going to be x to the 1/2. That's this dimension here. Our width is going to be x to the 2/3. And our length, which is this one, is going to be x to the 3/5. Okay, now what we need to do is we have to visualize what the surface area is. Well, the surface area is going to be this side plus this side plus this side. And then there's a pair of sides for each one of these. So it's actually this side times 2. Great. This side times 2, this side times 2, and this side times 2. Okay. So how do we find the area And I should be saying that the area of this side times 2, the area of this side times 2, and the area of this side times 2. Okay, so how do I find the area of, let's just say, this top one? Well, it's going to be this dimension, which is the length. So it's going to be, my color back. It's going to be x to the 3/5 times this dimension here, which is x to the 2/3. Okay, and you know what? I'm just going to write here, surface area equals, and there's actually 2 of these, so it'll be 2 times x to the 3/5 times x to the 2/3. That takes care of this side. Okay, so we're done there. Check. Let's do this side. This one's going to be plus 2 of these, so 2 times x to the 3/5, and times this dimension here, which is x to the 1/2. And I'm just going to carry this down here, plus 2 of this side here, which is going to be 2, because there's 2 sides, x to the 2/3 times x to the 1/2. That's a pain. And I didn't do this in advance, so I'm actually going to have to go through and do all this. So this is going to be, let's go ahead and just do that one there, 2x to the, what is that, 19 over 15th power. Okay, and then this one here is going to be plus 2x to the 11 over 10 power. And let's go ahead and just move this guy. Oh, there's so many problems. Okay. Yeah, we're going to move it. I'll deal with that later. Okay, and then the next one is, the last one is going to be plus 2x to the, what is this, 7 over 6. X to the 7 over 6. So all I did was I multiplied these, I added the exponents because I'm multiplying powers with the same base. Okay, and then your answer is going to be this. We can factor out the 2 and say that this is 2 times x to the 19 over 15. I know this is sloppy. It's not my greatest work. I'm a little bit rushed. Plus x to the 11 over 10 plus x to the 7 over 6. And again, this is kind of a mess, but once we know what x is, we can plug this into our calculator and get some real results. Okay, let's see how I'm doing on recording time. 8 minutes. Can I do the next part? I don't think so. Let's try though. Okay, finally, the last one. If x equals 20, you know what I need to do? I need to take this and bring this out. Okay. So now, all this right here, what is this equal to? This is our surface area. Okay, and I'll go ahead and make a note of that. And this over here, which I can go over here and grab. This is our volume. Okay, so let's make a note of that. This is equal to the volume, and this is our surface area here. Okay, so once they give us a value for x, all we're going to do is we're going to plug in 24 in here for x, find each one of these exponents, add them all together, and multiply by 2. Here, all we have to do is take 24, take the 30th power, raise it to the 53rd. Okay, now I hope you can see this. I'm just going to bring up my calculator. This is not stuff that I would expect you to do in your head, obviously. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take 24 and I will raise that with this button here, x to the y. Actually, let's take the 30th root first. So we're going to take the, that's this button here, take the what root? The 30th root. Okay, and then we're going to take that and raise that to the 53rd power. And there's our answer. So 24 to the 53 over 30, and I just substituted 24 in for x.